Okay.
The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
All right, guys, welcome to the Digital Business Masterclass. Now, today I have the privilege to introduce my friend Edmund Law. Now, Edmund is known as the tiger of the Southeast Asian marketers. Basically, he's someone that if you go to Southeast Asia, a lot of people know who he is. He's someone that people respect. Whenever it was, there was some CEO came from Singapore to see me. What happened at the time? There are people like saying that, like, oh, do you know Edmund Law? I said, like, oh, of course I know Edmund Law. He's a very famous guy. And then every single time I mention about it when Edmund, everybody just gonna start to say, oh, I know Edmund. I was studying from him. I was learning from him. In fact, there was a one guy from self improvement guy, and then he recently said that Edmund changed my life. His secret changed my life. And when I asked Edmund about this, what did he do? What did you do differently? What did you teach them? What did you coach them on? And he said that, well, it's all about three secret stuff. I said, what do you mean by three secret stuff? I said, like, I'm not going to tell you unless you talk with the audience first, unless the audience know about it. I said, fine. Since you want me to study in your masterclass session, I have to be there. I'll do my best to make sure that he share the secret techniques that he's about to share with you today. And these secret techniques is very, very simple, but yet a lot of people overlook it. The reason why I said that a lot of people overlook the idea itself is because it is something that you can utilize right away. It changed a lot of people's life. It changed Edmund's life. Edmund used to work as an office boy for $200 a month. And then people don't respect him, people didn't like him, and all this stuff, and the whole 9 yards. But the thing about him is, he said that if anybody could do it, I could do it too. Within just a few years, he changed his life. He bought his mom a house. He bought the 2 BMW. He bought several properties overseas. He traveled around the world. He met a lot of celebrities. And he is one of the top affiliate experts in JV Zoo, on Warrior Plus, or many different affiliate platforms on the internet. The things that you have to understand is this: he focused only on a simple thing, these simple 3 steps that he's about to share with you today. Now, one thing that you have to understand is this: a lot of time there's a thing by Bruce Lee. I don't care if these guys can have 10,000 different kicks. As long as you practice one kick alone, he can beat anyone else. But the thing is that one thing that you have to understand is, when you understand these 3 secret steps that Edmund is about to share with you today, there's a chance that you know how to master, how to be able to generate between $300 to $500 each day for the rest of your venture. Now, of course, per FTC guideline, I cannot guarantee whatsoever. But what I can tell you is, he has the proven record on been doing it for many, many years now. So Edmund, go ahead and share your 3 secrets. I'll be here. I'm going to turn off my webcam right now because I want to take a lot of notes, just like everybody else. I'm always a student for life, and I want to make sure that you share with us your 3 secrets to make sure that everybody will be able to understand what they need to do to be able to earn $300 to $500 per day with the 3 simple steps itself. Go ahead, Edmund.
Sure thing. Thanks a lot, Henry. The honor is mine. And I'm really flattered with the introduction as well. Okay. So, anyways, guys, I just want to put it back to you guys. My name is Edmund Loh, and welcome to the Digital Business Masterclass. Now, if you're here and present in the moment right now, you can hear me loud and clear. I'd like to just ask you for a small favor. Take a look at your chat box right now, and or rather, I would say the questions box. So that's going to be the main way we're going to communicate. All right. Type number 1 in the questions box right now so that I know you can hear me loud and clear. All right. So I'm just going to take a look. Oh, Jury says hello. Okay, great. Okay, we've got Daniel. We've got let's see. Sorry, just give me a moment. I think it might take a few seconds for this whole thing to transpire. Okay. All right. So that's quite a number of people that said 111. So we've got Mankam, we've got Daniel, we've got Girish, we've got Mandy, we've got quite a bunch of names here. So without further ado, I'm just going to carry on with the presentation that's called the Digital Business Masterclass, right? I'll do my best to acknowledge you as and when I ask you something, but the most important thing I want you to do right now is that I want you to follow me for the next 1.5 hours, all right? And I'll be peering into the questions box every now and then, okay? So in this special session I'm doing right now, I'm going to show you the 3 secrets that we use to generate anywhere from $300 to $500 a day from our online business. And the catch here is that we start out without a high startup cost, without our own products initially, no technical skill, and it's got nothing to do with being famous. How many of you guys are really excited to find out all these things today or tonight? Okay, so right now I want you to type number 2 in the chat box right now. Okay, so every now and then I'm going to ask you to type something in the chat box, so that shows that you are following me on this. Okay, fantastic. All right, so we've got the same people. We've got we've got Jay, we've got Robert, we've got Nathan as well. All right, fantastic. All right. Now, some important disclaimers as what my good friend Henry had mentioned just now. Results are not typical. In fact, I'm just going to be upfront. Most people, the average result is $0. Okay. So what I'm going to show you today, all right, I'm not here to show you average. In fact, if you want to start achieving greater results from your online business, the first step is to keep an open mind. Keep what mind again? Keep an open mind. All right. And why this is important? Because let me show you a little treat here. Okay, so this is in one of my accounts right now, and the last time I took this screenshot, this account had registered over $1.13 million. So if you see this dollar sign, I know some of you are from United States, some of you from Malaysia like myself. I'm from Sunnyside, Malaysia, by the way, and some of you are from different parts of the world. But for throughout the duration of this masterclass, every time I talk about dollars, it's always in American dollars. Okay, so that's going to be an easy way for you guys to like convert in your own local currency, but that's besides the point. All right. So if you see this right now, I've transacted $1.13 million in sales from just one of my accounts. All right. Now, results I like that are made possible because I follow a tried and tested blueprint. Okay. And here's the thing. Going back to what Henry had mentioned just now, Bruce Lee had famously quoted, "I fear not the man that practiced 10,000 different kicks once, but the man who practiced that one kick 10,000 times." And in a way, I can relate to that experience because I was trying so many different methods for so many years, and it came down to finding out this simplest process to generate $100 a day, $200 a day, $300 a day, $500 a day. And if you guys think that the fun ends over there, how about $1,000 a day as well? Okay, and can it be more than that? Yes. Now, I personally have achieved results greater than that as well. And I want you guys to know that this is very achievable. Okay. And if you think this works only for me or for some special people, I want you to get rest assured that this also works for ordinary people like you, Sean, and Kelly Lee, that in their early days, they had generated over $5,197 in just 4 days. Today, they average a 6 figures a year internet business. All right, they are my students. Some of you may have heard of them before if you operate in the same market. All right, Abdullah Mamatraf was also one of my students as well. He's made $3,000, and guess what? All right, with just 30 minutes work. Okay, now of course he's made more than that, definitely. But when he sent me this WhatsApp message, he made this in like less than 30 minutes. And to me, this is really amazing because for most people, they don't even see that in a month for that matter. All right. And another good friend of mine, David C. Okay. I don't have his permission to reveal his full name. David earned $4,641 in just under 36 hours. And this was a message they had sent to me. All right. Now, some of you are probably thinking, okay, why this session is different. All right, some of you are thinking about that. So I want to just ask you, how many of you consider yourself new right now? That means you are in this business 6 months or less. So if that sounds like you, I want you to type new in the chat box right now if that sounds like you, okay? This is your first time attending a digital masterclass. You've been doing this for 6 months or less. And I'm guessing that right now you are searching for a reliable way to create a daily passive income regardless of what's happening right now. It doesn't matter what's happening to your country economy, the pandemic, or whatever happens in the world. Okay, you want some kind of stability or security. Okay, and some of you may have experience already. So if some of you have an experience right now, maybe you can just write experience in the chat box. Okay, you already did some sales online before, you've made money from your business, but you're looking to increase your sales or hit your monthly income goals. And I'm guessing that you're struggling with outdated methods that maybe don't work anymore. And I agree that in the past couple of years, things have been really crazy. What used to work for many years suddenly stopped working, all right? And maybe you're frustrated by things that keep changing every few months. And you want to enjoy true freedom for a change. You want to spend time with your family, and you want to be able to do the things that you love, all right? And judging from what I read in the comment section, it seems that most of you identify with new, and some of you identify with experience, and that's totally fine. Regardless, this works for both of you, okay? So what I want to say is that you're going to love this, because I want you to know that with 100% conviction, okay, this masterclass can and will change your life as it did for me. So I know that's a very bold claim, but I would have said it with conviction myself if this didn't happen to me in the last several years. And what's going to happen here is that I'm going to be treating you to some of my, take an insider look into some of my setups, my accounts, and actual results and case studies that produce $300 to $500 days, and even more than that. Okay, so I hope you guys are excited as I am. So what I want you to do right now, if you haven't done it yet, clear all your surroundings right now, okay? Clear up all your distractions. So that means if you're opening Facebook or YouTube or anything like that, for the next 1.5 hours, can I just get your cooperation to just close those out, okay? Why? Because you're about to discover the exact system that I use to create results like you're seeing in this screenshot right now, okay? So there's one of them, all right? And I was taking a look at one of my other accounts that I've generated $730 in cash collected in 48 hours or less, okay? And here's another one as well. Okay, this was a payment that was received just the other day at $497. If any of you are aiming for $500 a day, this is just like one sale made just like that. Okay, and here's another one as well, $815 cash collected in just one day. Okay, now here's the thing though, if you think that was already awesome, how about you? The most awesome part, right? You don't have to be an influencer or celebrity. Now, I know the word influencer is kind of a word nowadays. If you ask me personally, I don't quite like that word. And unfortunately, a lot of people are misled to think that you have to be someone famous or you need to be someone influential. That just can't be further from the truth, okay? You don't necessarily need to have your own product or service. Yep, I know some of you were asking about that since just now, even before this masterclass happened. You don't need to have technical skills. And even to this day, I'm not a techie person. And you don't need prior experience. So if some of you are mind boggled by all of this, I'm going to be sharing with you my own experience in a short while, why all this is not so relevant, okay? Because as long as you follow these 3 steps, which I'm going to be sharing with you very soon, making $300 to $500 days or even more than that can be a reality, all right? So who is this for? Okay, this is for digital product sellers, this is for software vendors, this is for authors, consultants, coaches, trainers, webinar speakers, marketing agencies, service providers. And even if, I know a lot of you identify as new, okay, even if you're new, okay, you'll master how to finally start an almost free yet high profitable internet business with the same process starting today, okay? Now, to those of you who may have not know who I am, or maybe you have heard of me before, but you don't really have a clear idea about what kind of person I am, just allow me to take the next few minutes just to share you a little bit about myself, okay? So my name is Edmund Lowe, and I've been marketing online since 2005. So yeah, that's quite a long time in terms of internet years, okay? So my business has sold millions of dollars in products and services purely through the internet. I'm not an offline kind of guy at all, okay? And I come from Malaysia, as some of you know. I'm just curious to know how many of you are from Malaysia, by the way. Maybe you can just type Malaysia in the chat box right now. I'm just curious to know, all right? I've been featured in the local media here, as an authority figure as well, like the Star, Borneo Post, Management Malaysia, and so on. All right. Now, some of you might think right off the bat, okay, that's some pretty cool guru credentials right off the bat, okay? But some of you may start to have assumptions about me. Maybe this guy was gifted. Maybe he come from a wealthy family, had some fortunate connections. Maybe he just got lucky. All right. Now, what if I told you that I was none of the above? Okay. For this whole thing to make sense, I'm just going to rewind the clock a little bit to 2004. All right. So if you look at this picture right now, if you're looking into the camera and you see like what's the difference, feel free to spot a difference. Right. So this was me in 2004. Okay. Let me tell you what kind of person I was at the time. Okay. I was 18 years old, directionless in life after my parents' divorce. Okay. I dropped out of school not once but twice. Okay. And I settled for a wage job right after high school. So those of you in Malaysia, it's called SPM. All right. So that's the Form 5 major exam. And after that, I settled for a wage job that paid $200 a month. So if you convert to Malaysian ringgit, that's about 800. That was quite pitiful even by 2004 standards. Okay. And despite that, I had to support my mother, who was unemployed, and my sister, who was still schooling at the time. All right. And in my so-called free time, I tried to start some side hustles, and guess what? They all failed. All right, they all fell flat, and I had no capital, no experience, no connections, no nothing. All right, how's that for guru credentials? So sometimes when you hear this kind of like backstory, it doesn't sound glamorous at all. Okay, so as you can see, I started out like most people, plus with some disadvantages. All right, you could say that I had a lot of reasons not to succeed at all. I was too young. I didn't have my own credit card. I didn't have a mentor or know anyone else who was doing this at the time. I didn't have any experience whatsoever. But yet, that didn't stop me from ultimately achieving my goal in escaping the rat race. All right. It didn't stop me from eventually achieving results like what you're seeing this picture. So I want to show you this for a change. This picture was back in 2008, so it's been a couple of years. Obviously, I've made more than this since then, but I want to show it to you because proof is important to a lot of you, right? Like JVZoo is a company from the United States. They gifted me with 2 pairs of t-shirts at a time to acknowledge the milestones of our accounts. One that I made $250,000 and another one at $500,000. So again, I've made more than that since, but I want to prove to you that if I can do this, I believe you can do it as well. Because a lot of people think that in order to succeed online, you need to be IT savvy, you need to be a technical wizard, you need to start with a lot of capital. All right, you need to have a ton of experience under your belt before you even consider diving in at all. All right, and nowadays with like someone here mentioned KOL. So I know that's a new word nowadays, key opinion leader. You don't have to be anything like that. Okay, you don't need to be a famous with a large following at all. All right, and you don't need to be lucky yourself because I believe that you can create your own luck. All right. So what I want to say is that this couldn't be any further from the truth because I was none of those. All right. I mean, look, if some guy, all right, if you're looking at the picture right now, you look at me with no past experience, no technical skill, almost no capital, had a board computer with a 56K dollar modem. How many of you can still remember the dollar modem connection back then? You know, when you connect to the internet, what sound does it make, right? Do you still remember that? Okay. But can go on to create a profitable 7-figure online business working from home. All right. So I did it before working from home was a cool thing. Okay. I'm confident, guys, especially with what we have today, you can do it too. All right. So what changed for me at a time? How did I go from $200 a month to $200 a day to even $1,000 a day and actually more than that? All right. And the answer is in the system that I'm about to share with you and I'm about to pass on to you as well. All right. Because here's the thing. Besides making money, this business had also blessed me a lifestyle that previously I could only dream of. All right. Just to share you a little bit. Okay. Like, being able to tell my mom, she never has to work another day in her life again. So at the time, she was 48 years old. All right. And to this day, all right, she's 61 right now. She never has to work another day in her life again. All right. And as Henry had said, I'm not really a materialistic person. I'm not really a car guy. And I have to say that I was the kind of guy who drove a little bit late as well compared to my peers. But ultimately, I was able to buy my dream cars as well. All right. I mean, come on. I mean, as a young dude, okay, I want to look cool too. All right. And the ability to travel anywhere and anytime. So I'm not going to show you too many pictures, but just to highlight a few places. I've been to Mexico, I've been to Egypt, Italy, Indonesia, Thailand, and this was some of the more memorable trips. All right. And, also being able to hang out with the who's who and the top leaders in the industry. So some of you might recognize this man in the picture. His name is Jack Canfield, the best-selling author of Chicken Soup for the Soul. All right. Now, in the interest of time, I would have loved to share more pictures, to be very frank, but I would prefer to just move on for now. All right. Because, I mean, what I want to say is that you don't have to be an influential person. At the same time, you can still mingle out with the who's who in the business. All right. And that's why, again, I firmly believe that if I can do it, I know that you can do it as well. And thanks, Mandy. All right. So what I want to say is that when you finally have a business that can give you financial freedom, time freedom, okay, location freedom. So what I mean by location freedom or means that you can work anywhere you want, all right? Travel freedom, okay? And most importantly, the ability to have more options, all right? And the good news is today, right? Today, it is easier than ever to make money online, okay? When I started out marketing online in 2005, there were just shy of 1 billion internet users, and I thought it was already a big deal back then, okay? Today, there are more than 4.5 billion internet users today. So that means there's more potential customers for you and me and everyone else who's listening to this right now. Okay. Today, there are more platforms, more affordable resources and tools that enable ordinary folks like you and me to even compete against big businesses. Okay. And all you need is a laptop, a proven system, and as little as 30 minutes a day. Yeah, I kid you not, as little as 30 minutes a day. Okay. And I know right now it's been a very turbulent times. It's a very unusual time that we're living in at the moment. I think nobody would have imagined that just a couple of years. But I want you to look to the bright side right now. Okay, did you know that in every crisis there are actually more millionaires being created, even as we are here right now? So this is why I'm doing this session on an urgent note, because traditional businesses are being affected by the pandemic. They always are dying. Okay, so the only way to survive and thrive is to go digital. So guys, here's what I want you to do right now. I want you to type in the chat box digital. And that's really important, okay? And without further ado, I want to share you the 3 secrets that have enabled me to go from zero to creating $300 to $500 days or even more than that, okay? Thank you very much, guys. Okay, so I'm going to share you the first secret, and that is to have your own internet sales machine, okay? So let me just explain to you how the internet sales machine works in a nutshell. All right, it's basically 3 simple steps. The first thing you want to do is that you want to find your target audience. Okay, so that's simple enough so far, right? Find your target audience. Okay, and what you want to do next is that step number 2, you want to send them to your offer. Okay, you get your target audience. You ask them to check out your offer, and these are all online. Okay, so if you do not know what that means, I just want you to imagine or remember the last time you bought something online. Okay, you were that audience, you were being sent to a page, and you have a choice to buy that product or service. Okay, and the third step is quite simple. Get them to take action. Okay, so they could even sign up now, they could even buy now or make an appointment. But in this case, I would prefer that people just buy right now, because if you're running a service-based business, even though that's lucrative, but that's quite tight to your time. So nowadays, even I have to admit, I feel a little bit lazy. I'd rather just go for getting people to just buy my products and do it on pure automation. How many of you would like that kind of business and that kind of lifestyle? So if you want to follow the footsteps of people that are making anywhere from $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 a month, and even above than that, okay, the one thing you need right now is an internet sales machine. So guys, I want you to write in the chat box right now, internet sales machine. So that's the first secret. All right, have your own internet sales machine. Okay, now let me just show you how it works with one of my internet sales machines. Okay, so if you're looking at this diagram right now, it might look familiar to some of you. Okay, so some of you may have known this as a funnel. Okay, where you always have a main offer and then you have some optional offers. Okay, now I have a lot of funnels or internet sales machines like what you're seeing here right now, but I think the best way for me to do it is to show you how one of them works exactly. Okay, so let's start off with a main product. Okay, so the main product is called a front end offer. Okay, so you may have heard of that before. Again, it's called a front end offer. Okay, so if you look at this picture right now, this is an example of one of my offers called a front end offer. Okay, now in this offer, I think it's quite obvious here, it's priced at $9. Okay, so I know to some of you, you might be thinking $9, that doesn't sound exciting at all. Okay, now does it mean you have to sell at $9? No, that's totally up to you. Okay, you can price it at $7. All the way up to $97. It's totally up to you. Okay, so but just follow me on this for a while. Okay, why did I price this at $9? Doesn't seem exciting at all. But wait, it gets better. Okay, because after the customer buys the $9 product, what we do is that we show him or her a one-time offer. Okay, so I don't send people like, hey, thank you for buying, here's your product right off the bat. So what I do is that I show them a one-time offer. Okay, and in this particular case, in this particular sales machine, this offer is at $47. So you can see there's a little bit of escalation going up here right now. Okay, so the upgrade deal is $47, and are there customers that buy it? Absolutely. Okay, so I've made $9 plus $47. That would be $56. Okay, thankfully my math didn't fail me. Okay, so I made $56. So we're getting somewhere. Okay, all right. Now, even if they're not interested in it, okay, we still have another offer. All right. So some of you may have heard of this word called upsell, and that's exactly what we're doing here. Okay. So we have optional offers for them. Look, we're not hard selling anybody. We are not forcing them. We're just making them an offer. Okay. It's kind of like how you would um, go to I think in the US you call it Walmart, and in some countries you call it Tesco. Okay, so I just want you to imagine that it's kind of like you go to the supermarket right now with the intention of buying just one item, but just as you're about to check out, you saw a couple of items. Maybe you want to buy that chocolate over there, or maybe you remember that you want to buy something else too. And next thing you know, by the time you are done shopping, you bought like 3 or 4 items rather than just one item. How many of you can relate to the experience? All right, because what happened over there is called a buying trance, and that's what these buyers are going through when they're buying your stuff. Okay, they're going through a buying trance, and what Daniel says is correct: impulse buying. Okay, and at this point, both their minds and their wallets are open. Okay, so you're not hard selling anybody the same way that when you buy stuff, you're not being hard sold. All right, customers like to buy. They don't like to be sold to. They just like to buy. All right. So this is why this funnel works so well, and we have customers that do buy every single thing. Okay. So in this particular example, let's just do a quick math here again. All right. If they buy everything, what happens that you would have made $9 plus $47 plus $37 plus $97. You would have pocketed $230 from one customer. All right. So in other words, guys, ladies and gentlemen, one click can be worth $230 to you. All right. Can you see how this has escalated? It's not $9 anymore. It's actually $230. So if any of you are aiming for, hey, you know what? I would be happy earning $200 a day. All right. And that's totally cool, because that would have got you $6,000 in income every single month. All right. How many of you find out or feel that if you have a sales machine like this, and every day earning $200 is now possible? Doesn't seem that difficult anymore, right? How many of you notice it's easier right now when you have a setup like this? Okay, so you can have multiple internet sales machines like this, and of course you can have some that make more money than this. But in my humble recommendation, can I recommend that you stick to one niche? Okay, so guys, I want you to type number one in the chat box right now. Okay, now I'm gonna be a bit more inclusive. I'm gonna say ladies and gentlemen. Okay, type number one in the chat box right now. So stick to one niche. And some of you might ask, okay, why do we want to stick to one niche? Because I believe in the power of focus. All right, now are there a lot of amazing markets out there? Absolutely. But for me, even to this day, and even for my good friend Henry Goh, we always major in one market. All right. And I know some of you might be thinking, should I go to the dating niche? Should I go here? Should I go there? If I can give you a quick answer right now, if I can give you a quick recommendation, I believe the best place you can start in is the internet marketing niche itself. All right. Allow me to explain. Okay. Why the internet marketing niche out of every other niches here? Okay. So first and foremost, this is an evergreen market. So what does evergreen mean? Means it's always there. All right. As long as people want to learn how to make money, obviously it's going to be there, right? It's been there since day one, since the early days of the internet, and will continue to be here. All right. So that's the first thing. And secondly is that there are a ton of products here. This is a very rabid market. Okay. There are a ton of products here compared to some of the other slow markets. All right. And I believe this is the place where you can easily cash in on, just like my students are doing right now. Okay, and even myself. And what's cool over here that it's not unusual for people to sell anywhere from $7 all the way up to prices like thousands and thousands of dollars. So if you see my screen right now, I put $2,000. I just want to give you something objective, but can it go higher than that? It is not unusual at all. I mean, me and Henry, we have sold products that are like $10,000 to $25,000 and above as well. All right. But I want to manage your expectations and let you know that this is normal. And probably you may not get this kind of results or income in another market. All right. And the cool part is, I know some of you might be thinking, do I have to be the expert here? Here's the cool part. All right. You don't have to be the expert. Why is that? Because if you're operating in another market where the market is probably slow moving, you're almost expected to be the expert. All right. And that's very understandable. But because the internet marketing niche is so rapidly developed to the point that You don't have to be expert because there are already so many other experts out there that you can leverage on, which I'm going to show you how afterwards. All right. So this works because you're going to be leveraging on the products and services that's already in the market to help teach and train others. Okay. And when I use the word product, in this case, I'm not referring to physical products that which maybe some of you are normally used to hearing it. Instead, I'm referring to products that are digital in nature. So guys, I want you to write the word digital in the chat box right now. Okay. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, okay, what is a digital product? And that's totally a valid question. So digital products refer to anything that's downloadable in nature. For example, a PDF ebook, a video, audiobook, online course. In fact, this session that you're in right now can be considered as a digital product. Okay, so anything that's digital in nature can be considered as a digital product. And why digital products in this particular market is very common here and it's very well understood. And why I love digital products because number one, the profit margin is rather generous. Okay, it can be anywhere from 50 to even 100% profit margin. So some of you might find this a little bit hard to believe if you're from an offline world where you normally accept like 1% or 2% commissions or maybe 10-15% in a best case scenario. So when you hear 50% to even 100%, it feels so unbelievable. All right, but this is the norm over here. I'm not telling you anything exceptional. This is the norm here. All right, and because the whole thing is digital in nature, there is zero inventory. So that means to say you don't have to keep stock of anything. All right, I've been running my business on nothing more than a laptop. I lived the digital nomad lifestyle for years. I went from place to place, and I don't bring a warehouse with me. Okay, I don't rent a warehouse. I don't keep stock of any other items, and I think that's really cool because once you own it, you can make money over and over and over again, almost for life. All right, because if you're selling a physical product like this, for example, you need to create this once, and you can only sell this once. All right, but when it comes to digital products, once you have it, okay, once it's created, once you own it, you can sell 10 copies, 100 copies, 1,000 copies, or 10,000 copies without exerting any extra effort. Does this part make sense to you guys? All right. So let me show you another proven internet sales machine. Okay, and this is where it gets a little bit more fun as well. Now, you might notice that I have singled out this particular transaction in particular in my inbox. Okay. Now, here's the thing. If I had sold just one product, I would have made only $17, okay? But because I have two other offers, okay, I gave this customer an opportunity to also grab them, okay? Now, do all my customers buy everything from me? No, not all the time, okay? In fact, most of the time, they don't actually do that, okay? But even if a percentage or a fraction of my customers buy my other offers, I can still make more money, okay? So I want you guys to start imagine right now that you have a string of offers in your internet sales machine. What does it mean to you if you can earn an extra 20% or even double to triple your daily income, all right? And right here in this example, this customer had bought my other offers at $37.97. So I've made $151 instead of just $17, all right? That's an 8.8 times increase in my sales because the other way of saying it is that I need to find 8 to 9 other customers. But in this case, I just got one customer that bought everything here. So let's just say my income goal is $150 a day. I would have just settled it with just one customer. How many of you think that's pretty cool? Okay. So if some of you think, okay, did I get lucky with that one excited customer? Let me show you another example. Okay. Here's another customer that had shopped and spent $339.50 with me within the same hour. Pretty cool, right? So if you look at this particular transaction here right now, and interestingly, if you take a look, okay, it started out with a simple $8.50 ebook. How cool is that? All right. So guys, if all I had was an $8.50 offer, I would have need to find 40 customers. And that's if I don't get killed by paid ads or anything like that. Okay. But because I had the other offers, I was able to get one customer to pay $339 to me. So as you can see, people are willing and happily buying more because people don't like to be sold to, but they love to buy. Okay. And guys, remember, you just need one internet sales machine for this to happen. How cool is that? All right. So once we have the internet sales machine, we're going to need the next part. Okay. And the next part is called the quick start traffic. All right. So some of you may have heard this word before, traffic. So today, your customers are all gathered in one place. Can you guys guess where that is? Okay, so I'm just going to give you a little hint. Is in this picture right now. Now, right now we're living in a very fast changing world, and even if the pandemic didn't happen, traditional businesses would have eventually fade out and lose to online advertising. So newspapers, billboard ads, cold calling, these are things of the past right now. Okay, and what Daniel says is correct. Online, okay, or in this case, your customers are hanging out in your pocket. Now, I would have loved to show you my phone, but my phone is charging right now. Okay, so I just want you to imagine that this is my phone over here. All right, they're all hanging out in your pocket right now. So does it not make sense if you try to reach them online? Okay, and the act of getting prospects to your offer is called traffic generation. Okay, so at this point, I'm not going to talk about too many things here because traffic is a rather huge topic in itself, and my task here is that I want to make this easy to absorb and easy for you to act on as well. Okay, so I call it the 3 B's of traffic. Okay, so there are 3 types of traffic. I'm going to start off with the first one called built. Okay, so what do I mean by built traffic? So this is traffic that you already own and that you have already built. It could be your Facebook profile, it could be your Instagram account, it could be your YouTube channel, or if you have a blog right now, these are things that you already own. Okay, and if you want to dig a little bit further, it could be people in your WhatsApp contacts, for example. Okay, and you can grow your network of potential customers by posting new content to attract like-minded people. Okay, and this is something that has worked for me and also worked for my students. I like this technique because, for a start, it's free. Okay, so if any of you are thinking like, where do I get my traffic and all that, you can start with what you already have. Okay, and you can instantly tap into your existing network or pool of people that can be your first customers. Okay, and you can also grow your targeted audience organically with focused content by making your own posts, or you're going to share your videos. Okay, how cool is that? And this has also worked for one of my students. His name is Mark Lim, that made $500 using this approach, and of course he's made a lot more since then. Okay, now the second type of traffic is called buy. Okay, so guys, I want you to type the word buy into the chat box right now. Okay, buy. So some of you, just curious to know, some of you may have seen my advertisement on Facebook or YouTube before. All right, and so that's called buying the traffic. Okay, you may have heard of people that bought Facebook ads, bought YouTube ads, bought Google ads. Okay, and the cool thing about this kind of platforms is that you can start with a nominal capital, and once you have an internet sales machine in place, you can confidently grow your business with what we call a return on ad spend, or ROI of 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, or more. So what this means is that for every $1 you spend, you can get back like $2, $3, $4, or even more than that. Okay, so I want you to start imagining right now that if you have an internet sales machine where you spend $1 and you get back $2, for example. Okay, I know I'm being modest with this example. You can actually get back more than that. But guys, can you see that you can't lose with this? Because when you spend $1 and you make back $2 or even $3 or $4 for the matter, how much more will you invest in this system? All right. If you spend like $5,000, $10,000 and you make back $40,000, it's a no-brainer, right? You keep spending that money again and again because you know you'll make back more. Okay. Now, I'm not here to talk so much about paid traffic, because one of the reservations about paid traffic with a lot of people is that they don't really have that capital for a start or the readiness to try paid ads. I'm going to be upfront with you. You need to master that skill. Okay. It's going to take quite a while. Again, some of you may not be ready for that. So some of you might ask, Edmund, is there a faster, smarter way? Okay, so because a lot of people always think about free traffic and paid traffic, but they don't realize that there's actually a third method. Now, I'm just curious to know, how many of you want to know the third method? Okay, I want you to type number 3 in the chat box right now, and I'll tell you the third method. Let me just drink for a while. Okay, amazing. All right. Well, there's Mandy, there's Daniel, there's Moncom, there's Robert, there's Nathan, there's okay. All right, cool. So the third method, all right, you've got bill, you've got buy, you've got borrow. Okay, so I want you guys to write the word borrow in the chat box right now. I think a lot of you didn't expect that, right? Because you normally hear of free traffic, you heard of paid traffic, but you didn't know there's a third option. Okay, it's called borrow. So what do I mean by borrow over here? Now, chances are, okay, if it's not you, you probably know someone, or you can approach people that are owners of Facebook groups, or people with their own email list, people that already have their own following. Doesn't have to be yours, all right? Okay. And the cool thing about this combines the best of both worlds, the best of free traffic and paid traffic in a way. When it comes to free, this technique doesn't cost anything at all. Guys, this thing doesn't cost anything, all right? So that's the first thing. Secondly, all right, once you collaborate, so there's a keyword here. You're not writing on these people, you're collaborating with them, right? It's a win-win situation. I don't believe in win-lose. Otherwise, people will not want to work with you. I believe in a win-win situation, all right? Because of this Facebook group owners, this email list owners, they have their own following, and chances are they could be wanting to make money with you as well, all right? So what they do is that they do the marketing on your behalf. Look, they don't have to know you; they just need to know those guys, all right? And the cool part is that you only pay them a cut or a commission only when a sale is made. So these are not your employees. You don't have to pay them a full-time salary. And when they make a commission, then you pay them. When they make the sale, then only you pay them a cut. How many of you think that's a much fair deal? All right. And here's the thing, though. For many years, I've been banking in 5 figures to even 6 figures from every product that I've been putting out using the borrow technique. I didn't start out with paid traffic because that was something that came to me only in the last few years. So for the first many years and even to this day, I've been leveraging on what I call borrow technique, okay, to generate sales like what you're seeing in this picture right now, okay? And results like this are possible when you combine a proven internet sales machine and with a quick start traffic. And the reason why I call this quick start is because you don't actually have to wait. You can start this as quickly as today, all right? How cool is that, okay? And for this whole thing to be consistent. Now, some of you might ask, how can I make money, not just like one off or a couple of times a month or something like that? I want to make consistent income every day. And that secret lies in email. So guys, I want you to write email in the chat box right now. Okay. Now, I think before I get to email, I want to talk about something that that holds a lot of people back. And I feel that this is a huge myth that misleads a lot of business owners, a lot of marketers, and a lot of even ordinary folks, all right? So I'm just going to quote a headline from a news here, which some of you may have seen this before. It was quite a big deal at the time, okay? An Instagram star with 2 million followers couldn't even sell 36 t-shirts, okay? I'm not going to mention the name of this Instagram star. I think that's not important here. But what I want to say is that stop chasing likes and followers. Those are not the aggregates. Those are not the things that you should be looking for when it comes to being successful. Okay, I mean, if any of you are friends with me on Facebook, or maybe you follow me on Instagram or YouTube, I don't have a lot of followers or friends. In fact, they just number in the low thousands. Okay, so how is it that despite keeping a low profile or relatively underground, I'm able to generate the results that you've been seeing so far? And I'm going to be showing you a little bit more afterwards, okay? Because I believe, okay, anyone that wants to run a successful business that generates income day in, day out, they will build a particular list called the email list, okay? Which a lot of you guys have written here. Fantastic, all right? Now, why do email marketing or why do I write emails, okay? So I'm just going to show you just a few quick reasons. Number one is we get control, all right? If any of you have done Facebook ads before, you're going to realize that you don't own these platforms. In fact, one of my things that I'm very pissed off with Facebook is that they've been banning a lot of ad accounts no matter how compliant you are. If any of you have run Facebook ads before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So the first thing you want to do is that you want to have a control or ownership, okay? Secondly, this helps increase conversions with automatic non-intrusive follow-ups. In fact, a lot of you are here today because you have received an email from me or my good friend Henry Gold about this special masterclass that we're doing right now. I mean, guess what? You guys are here because of email, all right? And that proved my point. I mean, I could use my Facebook and all that, but I just wanted to prove my point for tonight or this evening to show you how effective email advertising or email marketing can be, all right? And some of you might think, okay, Edmund, I want to know how can I increase my sales. So I want you to think of email as a ladder, okay, that you can move your prospect. Prospect means people haven't bought from you yet to become a customer. And if you have already customers right now, how do you move them to become your VIP client, okay? And I've been doing this day in, day out with the use of email, okay? And this is still the best way to guarantee yourself a daily consistent income. Now, I'm careful with the word guarantee here, but in this case, my conviction is 100%. And I wouldn't say this if not for my own experience, because I've been doing this not recently, not in the past year, but for the last 15 years. Okay, I'm not going to count the first year because the first year I didn't know what I was doing. Okay, now at this point, some of you might be thinking, Edmund, are emails still a thing? Okay, so This is a question, interestingly, I normally get this question from people that are in Malaysia like myself, or maybe you're from a few countries where you're more pro social media. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. Are emails still a thing? Do people still read them? Aren't they dead? Okay. So let me just show you something. Okay. According to Overload, all right, by 2023, the number of email accounts is set to go up to 4.3 billion people. I think that number is going to be much higher than that given the rate of growth today, okay? But my point is this. It's not about who opens a Facebook or an Instagram account, because if you notice, if some of you are old enough to be parents, and you normally what do excited parents do in this age right now, they open a new Facebook account, a new Instagram account for their little baby, right? And the first thing that they will ask is what? Do you open an account right away, or do you open an email address first? First thing you gotta do is open an email address, right? Because that's what they always ask. So the only way for you to exist first on the internet is to open an email account. Makes sense, okay? And according to GetResponse, which is a popular autoresponder, okay, email remains the best marketing channel. All right. I mean, I even show a link here, but you know what? I think it's more convincing if I show you some of my own results. Okay. So this is a sales snapshot from an email broadcast to my list. All right. So if you take a look at the gross revenue, $1,200, the daily profit is $1,094. Now, because this is actually my personal promo, the real amount here is actually $1,227. Okay, so guys, let me just ask you, how many of you would be happy to earn $1,000 or $1,200 in a day with writing an email which takes no more than 15 minutes of your time? How many of you would be happy with that? Okay. And I gotta admit, in recent times, like in Malaysia right now, we are in a state of a lockdown. Okay, we're not really allowed to to go out that often, to be very frank. And some days I just feel a little bit chill, a little bit lazy. And I thought to myself, this just happened recently as well. I was like, I don't feel that productive. I'm just gonna write an email and send it to my list on a product that I already had. Okay, and much to my surprise, it generated $1,200 within less than I would say slightly more than a day, but less than 2 days. But my point is this: the effort I took was no more than 15 minutes. Okay, and if you are really slow, okay, you write at a pace of a turtle, 30 minutes a day. How many of you are okay setting aside 30 minutes a day to get this kind of results, or even a fraction of these results? Okay, Mandy says here, I'll be happy to make $1,000 a day. All right. So that's cool, no matter what your appetite is. Okay. So I'm going to show you another example. Okay. I was promoting an affiliate program. Okay. That means I was promoting something, I earned commissions, and I've made $1,575 in commissions. Again, how many of you be happy earning this kind of income in a day, or even a fraction of this? Okay. Now, of course, admittedly, results from each email will vary. But let me ask you, do you want consistent sales every day rather than once in a while? How many of you will be happy with consistency? Okay. So when you have your own email list, you can make money with a few ways. All right. The first way is that if you have your own product, you can promote and make money, which is cool. So I'm showing you another one of my screenshots here. That was a really fun a fun week at a time when it comes to doing this. Now, some of you might say, okay, Edmund, that's great, but I'm the kind of person without my own product. Can I still make money? And the answer is yes. Okay, you can promote other people's product and get paid commission. So here's one program that I promoted, and I've generated $4,957, just shy of $5,000. Okay, and this was within the span of less than 4 days. Okay, so that means if you break it down, that's an average of $1,000 a day. So again, let me just ask you guys, how many of you would be happy earning $5,000 in 1 week or less than that? Okay, and the cool part is you're just promoting other people's product and you get paid. All right, and all you do is what? Send a bunch of emails. That's it. Okay, and if you thought that was already exciting, okay, how about promoting high ticket offers? So some of you say, okay, Edmund, I'm not really excited about $100 products or $50 products. Okay, if you take a look at this screenshot here right now, we have promoted products that are priced $997 and above as well. Okay, some of you would be happy earning this in 1 day or a week for that matter. All right. So what I want to say is that when it comes to having your own email list, there are various ways that you can slice and dice and make money however you see fit. And there are three main profitable ways you can do it. You can sell your own products, you can promote other people's products as an affiliate, or you can do high ticket programs. So I know the word high ticket is not a common word to some of you. So high ticket basically refers to programs or products that pay you big sales amount. Okay, so big is subjective here. You're normally talking about $500, $1,000, $2,000 and above. Okay, so it's not uncommon to even hear of this kind of like high ticket offers that can go for $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 as well. Some of you be happy earning that in a single month as well, just doing one of those. All right. The cool thing is, and I know some of you might say, all right, oh, Edmund, I need to have a huge list. Only then I can start making a big income. Guys, you don't have to wait for you to grow a big list. Okay, that is a limiting belief. And I want you to know that a lot of my students, and including myself, when we started out, we didn't have a huge list as well. But the most important thing is that we are consistent. Okay, so I want you to start looking at it this way. Okay, if you start small right now and you start small today, okay, and you make a simple goal of having every email generate for you $100 a day. Is it a lot more achievable right now? Yes, because when you have an internet sales machine that pays you $200, $300 to even $500, you only need to get a fraction out of that. Okay, so if one email, don't forget, one click can get you a bunch of sales. Just one click. That is very possible. And if you leverage on any of the internet sales machines that I've been talking about, one customer could be spending with you more than even $100. But right now, I'm just dialing down the numbers for you to keep things very simple. If one email gets you $100 a day, and in 1 month, you send out 30 emails. So that means you're sending an average of one email a day. Is that considered excessive? No. To the contrary, that's considered normal. All right. I know of marketers that send like 2 or 3 emails or even more than that in a single day. But personally, for me, I'm not that crazy myself. I normally just send 1 email a day. All right. So I think that's a very normal thing. You can send 1 email a day. So in 1 month, if you send 30 emails and every email gets you a simple $100, okay, that would have pocketed you an extra $3,000 this coming month or in the next 30 days on top of whatever you're making right now. So guys, let me just ask you, I want you to start imagining right now, if you earn an extra $3,000 in the next 30 days on top of whatever you're making right now, would that help you open up your possibilities a little bit more? Okay, I wouldn't say the word life-changing yet, but can that at least help you pay your bills on time? Can that allow some of you, maybe some of you, to quit your job, to focus on this full time, and turn this $3,000 into $6,000, $9,000, $12,000, or even more than that? Okay, help pay the bills. That's what some of you say. All right. So what I'm sharing you is not something that's far-fetched. It's quite grounded, in fact, and that was how I started out. And the cool part is that this whole thing is very achievable, very doable, and the potential is a lot more than what I'm showing you right now. It can actually go more than that. All right. So what I've just shared with you in this masterclass, in this session so far, there are 3 secrets that can help you go from where you are today or go from 0 to $300 to $500 days. Okay. So the first secret is to have your own proven internet sales machine. And secret number 2 is to have the quick start traffic by leveraging on the other people that can do the marketing on your behalf. All right. And once you start bringing in sales, you can start exploring paid ads or any other avenues afterwards. Okay. And the third way is a surefire way to guarantee yourself daily consistent sales is to get everyday income with the power of emails. Guys, let me just ask you a very simple question. If you combine everything that I've just shared with you, how many of you think that this is a lot more achievable right now? How many feel that this is easier for you to do once you have these 3 secrets in place? All right, type into the chat box right now, type yes. Okay, let me just get myself a cup of tea. Amazing. So we got Mandy, we've got Daniel, we've got Layla, we've got Ahmad as well. Okay, we've got Robert, Nathan. All right, cool. Okay, so there's quite a bunch of names here. Alex, Evelyn, Tech Hao. All right, cool. So here's the thing though. When I started this business several years ago, as you may have guessed by now, look, I'm not a high profile guy or anything like that. I may have spoken on stage, but I'm not a famous guy or anything like that. Okay, I keep a low profile and mostly to myself, even to this day. Okay, and soon what happened was that some curious friends and later some my other business owners, they started to catch wind about what I was doing. All right, and they asked if I can help in some way because let's be real, especially right now, Some are desperate, things are not going well, and with the pandemic that's going on even at this time, more and more people are turning to internet marketing than ever. Okay, so this is why I am compelled to create this fast track option. So guys, let me just ask you upfront. Okay, so with what I've shared with you so far today, I've taken some complicated subject and backed by years of experience, trial and error, hitting a lot of roadblocks, and I basically demystified and distilled everything into three simple secrets. Now, there are two ways you can go about doing this, and the first way is that you can do this by yourself, and that although there's nothing wrong with that, but I think some of you might appreciate a faster option. And if any of you are interested in hearing what I have to share, I want you to write the word fast in the chat box right now. Okay. If any of you are interested in hearing, like Edmund, although I can do this by myself, but I just want to know, Edmund, do you have a fast track option that I can consider? Just write fast into the chat box. Okay. Okay, beautiful. Thank you very much, guys. Okay, so I know there might be a little bit of a lag between what I'm reading here. Okay, so that's why I'm compelled to create this fast option, which wasn't there before this, because like I said, for the longest time, I pretty much kept to myself my business, my products. I just pretty much kept it to myself. Okay, and although there is another way as well, I could do training, I could do coaching and all that, but even that will take quite a while for people to master. So I was compelled to create this fast track option by taking all my insider strategies, my proven funnels, my swipe files, everything it takes to scale to create a $300 to $500 a day business in the fastest time possible. And I created the Limitless Partnership Program. Okay, so there's a fast track reseller to making 100% profits with my proven internet sales machines. Okay, because when I take a look at what's been happening over the years, okay, the number one reason why most people fail is because it takes too long to build a funnel. Okay, if any of you have tried creating your own product or build your own funnel before, I'm not saying it doesn't work, but for some people or a lot of people, it takes too long. How many of you agree with me on that? Okay, and I was fortunate, I got past that stage, but not everybody may be that fortunate. So what I'm doing here is that in my exclusive reseller program, you get to use my products and funnels. And here's the thing, you get to keep all the sales that you make. Okay, 100% of it. Okay. So through my Limitless Partnership Reseller Program, you don't have to create your own product. You don't have to create your own sales funnel. You don't have to write your own sales copy, because I've done all of this for you already. Okay. You don't have to write your own follow-up emails even. Okay. You don't have to host your own site or even buy your own domain name. It's even come down to that simple. All right. So who this works for? If any of you who's just starting out, or maybe you've been struggling for too long, all right, and anyone here who's maybe already making money but you want to make more, okay, or maybe you're frustrated by working too hard for too little. How many of you can relate to that? Okay, and in fact, it was because of that revelation. I'm kind of like a hardworking guy myself for the longest time. I know this is going to sound very stereotypical, but this is quite true. A lot of Asians believe in hard work. All right, it's a very Asian value. Hard work has its place, but if you want to really take your business from where you are today to where you want it to be, hard work is not going to get you there, because what got you here wouldn't get you there. Okay. And anyone who wants to save all the trouble creating and figuring out their own funnel and their online business, this is definitely for you. All right. And I like what Daniel has to say here, effectiveness. That's right. I know that Jay has asked a couple of questions. I'm going to answer that afterwards. So don't worry about that, Jay. I've been reading a message. All that will be answered in due time or in a very short while. But you're asking the right questions. All right. So for those of you that, you know what, forget it. I don't want to take forever. I want to get started today and write my own paydays, like what my students are doing right now, Sean and Kelly. Some of you may have heard of them. All right, these are my students. Abdullah, my student as well, who's cashing $3,000 for like 30 minutes work. And by the way, he averages just recently, I think in the past 1 or 2 months ago, all right, he hit his first 5-figure USD a month income, all right, which I'm very proud of him. Okay, David, okay, who's cashed in $4,600 in just 36 hours, all right. Now, there are plenty more success stories I would like to share with you, but I can just keep going on and on. But I think you guys kind of get the point already, all right? Because most importantly, I would like you to be my next success story, okay? So what you're going to get here is that you're going to get the 100% reseller rights to my proven funnels that's already been working for me, all right? So that's number one, and this is going to work for you too, okay? So you don't have to worry about the technical stuff either, because we'll have your reseller account set up for you. based on what I've just shared with you, your own internet sales machine that you set up for you. So you don't have to trouble yourself with all the hassles of HTML, PHP, JavaScript, or any of these 3-4 letter acronyms. Okay. So instead of taking weeks or months, you can catapult right into business as early as right away. All right. In short, what would have taken other people weeks or months, you can get started right away. Everything has been done for you so that you don't have to. Okay. So on top of the 100% reseller rights in the Limits Partnership Program, we'll have you set up in the next 24 hours or so. All right. So you can get started almost right away. And of course, I know some of you will be thinking, okay, Edmund, we are in the internet marketing niche. This is a rabbit niche where things do change every now and then. Okay, so will the products get outdated or not? All right, so this is the part where you get unlimited support and updates. And rest assured, we got your back on this, because I'm also backed by a team of people that has been updating our programs, our products. So you don't have to worry about integrity. And you can promote the products full confidence, all right, with 100% confidence that you're not promoting something from like 10 years ago or something like that. Okay, we update the products, and if anything, my own Limits Partnership students and myself are making money from products that we created years ago and are going through regular updates. All right, so you don't have to worry about that, because for a lot of people, a lot of marketers, I'll be very frank, their product lifespan is like 3 months, 6 months at the most, maybe. All right, but my products continue to sell for years. All right, and this is a claim that I can confidently stake on, because a lot of marketers can make that claim. All right, why? I build my business around long-term needs, not short-term trends. All right, I've got a dedicated team in charge of keeping the products fresh, relevant, and timely, and this means you don't have to worry about those stuff. Okay, how cool is that? So my team is technically kind of like, in a way, my team is your team. You don't have to worry about the support and the updates. All right, so cool. Next question that you might have, okay, Edmund, how do I find the customers? I've not done this before, maybe, all right? So this is where you also get access to my Traffic Mastery Program. So this is also part of the Limits Partnership Program. So what I cover in the Traffic Mastery Program, you get my guidance on how to get targeted traffic to any of the offers, okay? So I covered 3 B's of traffic: build, buy, and borrow. Although, in the interest of time, I'm going to show you the quick start way. We're going to start off with borrowed traffic, because I believe that's the fastest, best leverage that you can start. And to share a quote with you, which one do you think is a lot more effective? 100% on your own effort, or if you leverage 1% on the effort of 100 people? All right. So if any of you are thinking quick enough, you definitely follow the later. All right, the later part. Right. I would rather leverage 1% effort on 100 people than 100% on my own efforts. All right. So that's the basis of the Traffic Mastery Program. Now, don't get me wrong. You can choose any of these methods that you like. All I ask you to do is to just follow step by step, because if you can follow the instructions, this will work for you. All right. So there's a Traffic Mastery Program. You've got the traffic covered. You've got a reseller rights to my funnels as well. And also, I would like to invite you to my Facebook group community, where all my customers, all my students are hanging out here as well. All right. And we've also created quite some experts in our own community that we offer support, and you get my digital marketing insights on a weekly basis. So this group has been there for the last few years, since 2018, and it's been there since. This is a group that I've cultivated carefully, and we are fast approaching to 2,000 members. Now, this is not a public group where we're chasing the numbers. I know a lot of groups tend to do that. But this is a carefully cultivated group that we support one another. All right. So this is my internet marketing community, of where all my customers, my students, and some selected panel of experts do hang out here as well. All right. So you've got the reseller rights program. We set you up in the next 24 hours or less. Unlimited support updates to the product, so you don't have to worry about that. Traffic is covered for you, and you get into the Facebook community as well. Then that's instant. So at this point, I feel like I've given a lot of value already. But I think this wouldn't be complete without giving you my personal support as well, in the form of coaching. So, one of the common concerns that a lot of people have is that a lot of these so-called gurus, they don't make themselves that easily accessible. And the thing is that I know what it's like, because I've been that person myself who needed help. And the problem is, a lot of these people, they kind of take their own sweet time, or maybe they don't even get back to me at all. What I do take pride in is that I care for my students and my clients, and my response rate is typically within 1 day, sometimes rarely two. I usually answer within the same day or even within the same hour as well. But I just want to manage expectations depending on your quality of question and the kind of answer it might warrant. That kind of depends, all right? But normally, I get back to everyone within the same day, usually, unless you're asking a bit of an elaborate, like you're asking, hey, Edmund, can you like review, see my setup and all that, or I've done this, maybe something's not quite right, can you help me out with this? Not a problem, okay? Because I believe that if I want to be successful with this program, I got to make sure you are successful first. Make sense? Because this is a program that I created as a fast track option for students to make money in the fastest time possible and not take so long like I did. Okay, so to that end, your success is my success as well. All right, so I'm going all the way out with my coaching support. So what matters most is that you can be in business for yourself, but you don't have to do this by yourself. Cool, right? Okay, so I think at this point, I just want to do a quick summary on everything you're getting in the Limitless Partnership Program. You're getting 100% reseller rights to my proven internet sales machines. There's a done-for-you setup within 24 hours or less. Your unlimited support and updates, so you don't have to worry about that. The Traffic Mastery Program on how to find customers based on the 3 Bs of traffic. Facebook group community, and you get my coaching support by email. So the total value is $19,482. So that seems like a really big, massive value for money, right? But I think some of you want to see a better deal. Correct. Okay. So I just want to give you a heads up that when I thought about doing this, I believe that a very fair investment in the Limitless Partnership Program is $1,997. And I think this is already a steal. Okay. Because I want to start asking you something else. Okay. What does it mean to you if you can finally have an online business that generates daily consistent sales like what you're seeing here right now? By the way, these screenshots you're seeing are my results. Okay, so it's not somewhere plucked from Google or anything like that. I know some people tend to do that, but my results are verifiable. You can even check with JVZoo or even the partners that I work with. All right, but enough about me. I want to talk about you guys right now. Okay, what does it mean to you that you can start generating results like this? Okay, or even this for the matter. Okay, or even this. All right, now the platform is not so important. You can do ClickBank, you can do Warrior Plus, you can do JVZoo or some custom program. To me, that's not important, because once you have the skill, you will have what I call a Midas touch. So you know what a Midas touch is, right? You know that story about Midas. He touched anything, it turns to gold. Yeah, it's kind of like having the Midas touch in terms of internet marketing. So whatever you do, you produce income. All right, and this is a skill that pays the bills, and you can never go broke again. All right. Can this help you pay your bills on time? Okay. Quit a dead-end job. Or maybe some of you are sick and fed up of a dying business you want to leave behind right now. Okay. Clear out your outstanding debts and mortgages. And at last, have savings for the next 6 or 12 months. All right. Would this be worth it to you guys? Okay. Now, I know that a lot of you agree with me that, hey, Edmund, if I'm able to achieve even any of those that you just mentioned, I think this whole thing would have been really worth it. But, for those of you that are here right now, I'll do something extra special for you guys. Ask me what, okay? I want you to type what in the chat box right now, okay? And I'll tell you what it is. Okay, cool. So again, I know there's a bit of a delay here, a few seconds. Never mind. All right, quite a number of you say what. All right. Now, I have a guess that some of you are just starting out, okay? Some of you are also struggling to figure things out before you even got into this masterclass, and I get that because I was in your shoes, okay? So for those of you that are here right now, okay, I want to do something special for you on this evening, okay? Those of you that want to achieve more from your business, I'm going to do a special one-time offer for the Limitless Partnership Program, but this is limited. This is not for anybody, okay? So I just want to ask you, okay? Forget about the money right now. If I make this more affordable for you, how many of you want to change your life right now? Okay, if maybe those of you are really interested, you want to change your life right now, you're sick and fed up of what's been not been working for you, I want you to write change in the chat box right now. All right, we've got Nasir, we've got Moncom, we've got Mendy, we've got Alex, Tech How, change is coming, Daniel. All right. Okay, we've got Ahmed as well. See who else? Evie. Oh, Evelyn. Sorry, my bad. Evelyn. Okay. Okay, quite a number of you here as well. Okay. So for those of you that say yes, okay, those of you that want to change, okay, here's what I'm going to do. So as I mentioned that the regular fee for the Limits Partnership Program is $1,907. And even then, I thought that was already a steal, given that I've invested so many years and six figures into building the whole thing. All right. But it's through investing the six figures that I was able to create a seven-figure business online. Okay. But I know not everybody may have a spare six figures laying around right now. In fact, even at a time like this might seem a little bit out of reach for some of you guys. Okay. So I want to make this much more reachable for you guys, and in an effort to help you guys out. Okay. So what's going to happen is that for those of you that are here right now, you can get started now for just $997. That's right. You can enroll into the Limits Partnership Program and get started with me today for just $997. Okay. So here's what I want you guys to do. Okay. Henry, I'm not sure if you're there right now. If you could just help me out, maybe you can just type that into the chat box for people to go check out this link. Okay. So guys, those of you that want to join the Limits Partnership Program, all you got to do is go to this link called edmundlow.com/limitless. Okay, so I think that's in the chat box right now. If you want to click on the link, check your chat box. There is a link over there, edmundlow.com/limitless. So what's going to happen is that when you click on that link, you're going to see an order form with a rough explanation of everything that I've just shared with you about what the Limits Partnership Program is all about. Okay, and you can enroll right away. Okay. There's also an easy payment plan for those of you that are probably going to be inquiring about that. There's an easy payment plan, but I prefer you go check it out right now. It's over there as well, okay? You can go check it out, and once you enroll, okay, you can type into the chat box and let us know that you have enrolled so that I can also drop you a personal email after this and get you all set up as well, okay? And some of you might thought, if any of you are still like thinking about it, right? Like, I'm not so sure and all that. Okay, guys, you don't have to say yes right now, okay? Just a maybe will do. So here's what's going to happen, all right? Those of you that are joining the Limits Partnership Program, there's a 90-day confidence guarantee that I want to go the extra mile for you, okay? So here's what's going to happen. Join the program today and give it a go for the next 90 days, okay? Now, there's something very important because success takes a pair of hands to clap. It takes two hands to clap, right? It's not one way, it's two ways, okay? I put my weight into the game. You have got to pull your weight as well, right, for this to work. Now, if you did everything that I've told you to do in the next 90 days and you're not getting results, okay? If this doesn't pan out for you and you did everything that I've told you to do in the next 90 days, you know what? Okay, just let me know. Hey, Edmund, you're a nice guy, but I did everything that you told me to do in the 90 days and I didn't get results. Let me know. Done all the steps. I buy your excess back from you. So you've got nothing to lose, okay? All you need to do is just give yourself a chance to give this a shot. Will this help you guys out, all right? So with that said, you only need to set aside 30 minutes a day. So some of you say, okay, Edmund, I've got a day job or I've got something else going on as well, but I really want to do this. Will this take up a lot of my time? It's not going to take you 3 hours. It's not going to take you 2 hours. I fine-tuned this down to a science that you only need to spend as little as 30 minutes a day, all right? Guys, ladies and gentlemen, can you set aside 30 minutes a day to work on your success? And if you can put aside 30 minutes a day, and even let's just say, okay, in the worst case scenario, it only does half of what I've claimed, okay? Your investment will still pay for itself, all right? How cool would that be, all right? So with that said, I want to do everything in my power to help you achieve your goals. What's going to happen is that for the next 15 people, okay, I want to do something extra special for you as well, okay? I want to give you 3 fast action bonuses. How many bonus? 3, okay? So the first fast action bonus is that you also get access to the high ticket commission. So what is this? Is basically on top of the 100% reseller rights that you're getting, you can also earn 50% commissions on my back end offers. So they are priced anywhere from $500 to $1,000 usually. So if you earn 50% from those as well, you could be earning anywhere from $250 to $500 commissions on top of the reseller rights program as well. Okay, now this is something that I normally don't offer, and this is not open to the public. Okay, not even my close partners have access to this. Usually this is the part where I keep all the sales to myself. All right, but because you're part of the Limits Partnership Program, you get to have access to this as well. Okay. And fast action bonus number 2, now you can understand why I cannot do a limited number of this, is that you get one-to-one strategy consult with me via Zoom. Okay, so some of you might say, okay, Edmund, email support is great, but is it okay if I can talk to you somehow? Because there's some things that I would prefer to talk to you rather than write an email. This is where I'm going to offer you a one-to-one strategy consult with me, where we can talk about hitting your income goals, where you're stuck right now, and where you want to be. Now, this is something I normally do only for my VIP clients, but for Limitless Partnership members, and only for the first 15 people, you get to book a one-to-one strategy call with this. All right. Yep, Daniel knows about it. Yep. Daniel has been on quite some calls with me. He knows about it. Okay. And last but not least, fast action bonus number 3. Okay. Now, you've heard me mention about me running my VIP clients ring as well. Okay. So normally almost every month, I will run an accelerator recorded session with them. Okay. So all the sessions are recorded, and you also get to have access to this as well. All right. Now, this is a massive value that normally only reserved for my VIP clients, which is called the Accelerator Program. Okay, so for the next 12 months, you get to have the recorded sessions on how I take my VIP clients from where they are to where they want to be. Okay, so with that said, the Limitless Partnership Program for the next 15 people, not only you get the 100% reseller rights, you get the done-for-you setup, you get the unlimited support and updates, so you don't have to worry about that. Traffic Mastery Program, you get to join my Facebook group community, you get my coaching support by email, and only for the next 15 people, you get also my high ticket commissions, where you earn 50% from them as well. My one-to-one strategy consult on Zoom, and a 12-month accelerator recorded sessions. And all these are backed by a 90-day guarantee. All right. So all you need to do, go to this link, admin.com/limitless, and enroll right away. Okay. The easy payment plan is also over there. But I just want to clarify that for the one-to-one strategy consult, okay, that's only available if you make the full payment, all right? As for the others, this will be available whether you make an easy payment or not, okay? So with that said, I've shared everything that needs to be shared here. And right now, I'm going to be opening to questions. Henry, if you're there right now, perhaps you can even step in at the moment, okay? So we can maybe take a look at the questions.
I have to mention this to, you can hear me okay, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Well, here's the thing that you guys probably not aware of. I'm not saying this just for the sake of saying this. Edmund is not just super focused. He was the reason, I met him probably back in 2016 when I had this relationship problem and all this stuff and everything. He flew all the way from Malaysia to California, and I was at the time I was in Boston. And then when I was in Boston, I flew all the way to California to pick him up in the airport, and then we went to Pacific Coast Highway and all this stuff and everything. The thing that about him is he's not just giving you support. He's there to make sure that you become successful. The reason I'm saying this is because at a time I was on my low. I was just thinking like, oh, you know what? Why things happen to me and all this stuff and everything. But the thing with Edmund is he wants everybody to become successful. That is his mission. That's the thing that when you talk about unlimited support and updates and all this stuff and everything, he's not just supporting you, he's making sure that you get things done. You make things happen. That is a big difference. Now, when I look into the 100% reseller rights done for you setup, unlimited support, I actually had a quick peek to the system itself, and I realized that this is not just easy. This is just not even a work at all, like what you mentioned. This is like pretty much copy and paste system that he has done. That is a big difference. So this is something I respect a lot, and I want you to understand this. And Edmund Sedum do this at all, and I know for the fact that when he's doing this, he's doing it for helping the Limitless family to make sure that you guys will be able to have the success that you need and all this stuff and everything. So I do encourage you to get it right now, because this is a one-time thing that he's going to do, and his next pricing, the next time that you see it, is going to be $1,997. All right. So again, you have to get it. You have to be able to, not only you have to get it, you just have to simply copy and paste. Once you copy and paste, you know that the word borrowing traffic this is the very first early things that I have ever heard. You can actually borrow the traffic, because I have done just that. I didn't realize it myself that I actually borrowed the traffic from other people. Okay, that is a big secret over there alone. That is like that worth $10,000 just like that. The reason why I said that word 10,000 just like that is because I never thought about like marketers are always looking for products to promote all the time, because they've been going through a lot of like there are many marketers. Sometimes they promote one product after another product after another product. A lot of products are actually really, really bad. But the thing with Edmund paid a lot of money for copywriters. Okay, he paid a lot of money for designers to create a website, programming, and all this stuff and everything. Then you don't have to do it. You own all of this, and in fact, he's going to even give you the high ticket commissions. That's the first time that I heard about it. Otherwise, if I knew it ahead of time, like he give it to you, I'm probably gonna ask him like, hey, where's my commission? Because I knew he made a lot of money on this high ticket stuff, and he's going to give you. You shouldn't have said that at all. Why? Because the high ticket commission, there was a lot of support on that. And I cannot just visualize anything about it. Like, wait a minute, you're talking about like all the way to $1,000 product itself. That is like insane. You have to understand this. To create a high ticket products, it takes a lot of work. Sometimes it takes years of experience in order for you to create a good one. Okay, so the thing that he give it to you just like that is just insane. I just want to make sure that you understand what you're getting in here. This is not just like 100% reseller. You not only just get your product, you get everything set up already. You get the support from him. He show you about how to get traffic. And in fact, when I look at the traffic system itself, I was like, wow, he got the best of the best people who is going to show you about the traffic as well. And you're also going to get a Facebook group community, which is like insane, really insane. Why? Because you can ask all your questions over there, not just via email. Okay, because coaching support, is that via email?
Oh, yes.
And the Facebook group community, they can ask any question that they want to, right?
Yeah, that's right. In fact, I know I'm sound like I'm going to brag here, but I need to say, because this happened recently. One of my students, which I mentioned briefly just now, his name is Mark, and through the Facebook group, he has closed the deal, of course, with my permission as well, and that added another $700 for him within that group as well. So to me, this is about creating opportunity for everyone. Now, I'm not saying you're in a group to sell to each other, but I want you to know that it's a group that you can get a lot of value from, and it creates opportunity for everyone. But of course, please do observe that there are quite some rules involved, right?
Yeah. So the thing that you have to understand is, now not only you can use his Facebook group as a way to network with like-minded individuals, you're able to build a lot of relationship along the way. Probably in the future, you can work together as a partner. You can work together as, as maybe they do this, you do that, strategic alliances and all this stuff and everything. But the thing that I want to mention to you is, you don't need to create product. You don't need to create, probably you don't even need to have a web hosting or domain name or anything like that. All you got to do, just ask. Yeah, not even necessary at all. All you got to do, just ask marketers to pretty much just send traffic to this website, and then you make 100% profit from it. That's it. That's all you got to do. And then plus, he's going to give you the high ticket commission anyway, so you got nothing to lose. Why? Because high ticket commission. I'll tell you how much stuff that is behind the scene for the high ticket stuff. Really, really a lot of sweat and tears to get it done, especially if you want to focus on the quality products. But the thing that I want to mention to you is this: with him sharing with you the high ticket commission, that is not just awesome. That is insane value, because you don't even have to create any of this. Okay, so if you haven't get it yet, I assume that you have to get it. Let me answer some other question that we got in here. We got too many questions. I talk way too much already. Let me see. Easy payment I can do, but okay. Okay, this is someone you have to talk directly with Edmund. So talk directly with Edmund and all this stuff and everything. Okay. Let me see. Do I need to become a technical expert or hire programmers? No, you don't even need to have a technical expert at all. Okay. The reason why you don't need to have a technical expert Guess what? Because everything's already done. In fact, Edmund, he has a full-time people support, technical support to help you out in many ways. So anything that you need to help with the, with the setup and anything like that, he will help you out. There's nothing to worry about. Stephen said, I have a funnel video, funnel builder, which I just invested. Can I use this? Of course you can. Here's the thing. Even if you don't need, if you have those funnel builder and, autoresponder, if you don't want to use it, you don't have to, because everything is already done. All you got to do is just follow the step that he has already shared with you on how to have hundreds or thousands of marketers, hundreds or even thousands of marketers to send traffic for you. As simple as that. Because I'll tell you this, I'm like always looking for good products all the time to promote, because my leads are very hungry. And I get a lot of leads coming my way all the time. But the thing is that because my leads are very hungry, I get a lot of leads coming my way all the time. Guess what I needed to do? I needed to make sure that, I need people to give me great products, that high converting products as well. But the thing is that Edmund has been testing it for like decades on the products. You make sure he created all this perfection all the time. Okay, so of course MailView, I use MailView as well. I Nail Napier and all this stuff, I use it, so I'm aware of this. Okay, and actually I was one of the top guys for the MailView on his launch at the time. So
congrats.
Thanks. He paid me like a few $1,000s at a time. So using the same techniques that you're about to know from Edmund directly. Okay, so yeah, and it's a good product. But the things that I want to mention to you is this: whatever it is that you do, just think about it. Edmund has already removed like 99% of the woodwork for you. You don't have to create product. You don't need to create a funnel. You don't need to create a high ticket stuff. And yet you're going to get 100% on a lot of stuff, including the high ticket commission. You're also going to get the support. He's going to give you the traffic mastery. You're going to have all this cool stuff coming your ways. All you got to do, just simply ask marketers. And then second one is give them the product that convert, and then the email that which Edmund already provided to you, and then they send it your way, and you make the money. Who cares about creating products anymore? Really, creating products are very, very tiring. I can tell you that. But the thing is that what I want to mention to you is what is not tiring. Making a lot of money is not tiring at all. That's the reality.
Yeah, that's
Okay?
awesome feeling.
I'll tell you another thing that I want to mention to you. Okay, can you put your support email? Absolutely. So absolutely. Edmund is not just great with support. The thing about, you have to understand, why do I call him the tiger of Southeast Asian marketer? There's a reason why. Because the time that when I met him back in back in like in California at the time, we went to the Hearst Castle. Because at that time, my vibe when I gave it to him, because I had this relationship problem and all this stuff and everything, I was like kind of worried about the future, thinking about what should I do in the future and all this stuff and everything. He said, Henry, why didn't you do your best? Huh? Why didn't you do like this way? Why didn't you upgrade your customer experience? Why didn't you like step up more to make sure the customer will receive what they want even more than before? You got to step up on your game. That's the way he is. Because Edmund is very tough with himself. I know he's kind of shallow with his clients because he have this kind of tendency to pampers his clients. But, as one of his strategic alliances, he's not like pampering me at all. Because he's tough
I
with
feel
him.
like Henry a bit different. Between me and him, a tough love moment.
Yeah. So the thing that I want to mention to you is when he tell you like quality product, he's talking about in the humble ways. But I've seen behind the scene that he'll be waking up at 5 a.m. in the morning still like this all the time. Like, I have to fix this. I need to make this happen. I need to make it better. He created a new video and all this stuff and everything. So I thought like we had a vacation for 7 days, but we were not having vacation for 7 days from Los Angeles to San Francisco. We were actually working really hard to pampers who? you in this case, so that you don't have to do all this stuff in here. So the thing that you have to understand is when he talk about, yeah, we focus on quality product, he is really focusing on top-notch product. So the thing that when he talk about his product itself, we're not talking about like Apple iPhone 1.0 for the next 10 years. He's talking about iPhone 12 already in his head. He's already talking about like, how can I upgrade it even better than before? That's the way he is. That is a big difference between someone who really care about the customers and someone who doesn't give the
Yeah,
French
all
stuff
right.
to the customers. Okay, so the thing that I want to mention to you is this: a lot of people don't realize this. Okay, I have had some bad experience with the partners, but with Edmund, he's like go all the way. This is who he is. He's like going to get things done. That is a big difference. So if you want to success, if you want to become successful, you have to align yourself with someone who has done it, who is going to take you under their wings, who is like a working monster, so that he can pamper you, so you just kind of have the fruit for it. Otherwise, if you go to McDonald's right now, think about it. You go to McDonald's right now, you wanted the 20 pieces of chicken nuggets, and the clock said that, hey, here you go, here's the chicken, can you cut it in the back, and then after that make the recipe for you? Or would you prefer to have the chicken nuggets that is ready in 5 minutes? What is giving it to you is the chicken nuggets in 5 minutes. And guess what happened? You don't even have to worry about like a customer support or creating the products or doing the product research, having the copywriter paying like $15,000-$20,000 for the copywriters, or creating the graphic, which sometimes costs about a few $1,000s, email swap. You don't have to do all these things. The technical support, you have to create all these settings from the beginning until the end. Guess what? You don't have to do it. Why? Because he has been doing it in the back. All you do, just drive through it to the car. I want 20 pieces of chicken nugget, $5. That's it. And then you drive 5 minutes, like not even 5 minutes, like 2 seconds. Here's your go, sir. This is your chicken nuggets. That's exactly what you're gonna get. The only differences is you're gonna earn the money along the way, because it's going to show you, talk with these guys, and then give them this, and then boom, you make the money. That's how it works. Okay. Oh, Steven, we know all these guys in here. Okay, because we are all friends. Yep. All right. So the thing that I want to mention to you is this: whatever it is that you do, you either choose to either be the best and then align yourself with the best, partner with the best, or you choose the other way. All right, everything is completely up to you. But the thing that I want to mention to you is, this is just for today's only. I mentioned to Edmund, I said that the price is way too low, which is laughable. Because the reason why, because he can actually price it at $1,997 or even more than that. The thing that I want to mention to you is, if you already got it, congratulations. How many of you already got it? I saw Michael already got it. Just say if you already got it, say in for me. Michelle, you got it. Congratulations. Janet, you got it. Congratulations. All right. Anybody else?
Okay, for
Peter,
what's this
you got
guy?
it.
So I'll check out
Congratulations.
him afterwards here. Solomon, yeah.
Solomon, okay. Solomon got it. Congratulations. If you haven't got it, I mean, what is holding you back? Really, what is holding you back? I mean, the last thing that you care about is one thing. You don't even have to create products. You don't even have to worry about traffic, because when we talk about traffic itself, it's so painful. When we talk about paid traffic, free traffic, he's talking about borrowing traffic. Basically, you have some people who already have the existing traffic, and then they are hungry for the product itself. Guess what you do? You simply send it your ways. That's it. Okay, you tell them like, hey, here's a product, go ahead and promote it. They're going to start to say, is this converting? Of course. Here's a proven conversion already. And then they're just going to go ahead, you know what, I got nothing to promote this week, I'm going to promote it right now. That's exactly what they're going to do. As simple as that. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Don't make things more complicated than it's supposed to be. So a lot of time people are making things more complicated. That's why they lose out. But when you make things not complicated, make it as simple as that, guess what happened? a lot of things in your life change. You don't even need to have domain name. You don't even need to have a page builder. Seriously. I mean, I'm still thinking about how I can create a page right now because I suck at it. That's the reality, because I don't want to create pages. Even though I have full-time programmers to do it for me, I said like, oh, I draw it for him. I look at it this way, like the old school guy, and then I take a picture, and then I just say, create this for me. And then that's exactly how I do it. And then I start criticizing, this is no good, that is no good, and then it takes a couple of weeks, and then I'm just getting tired of it. But you don't have to do all those things. You don't need to have a focus on programming. You don't need to get a designer. You don't need to have to worry about customer support, because Ledman and his team gonna handle all those things already. So the thing that you have to understand is this: everything is already done for you. So all you got to do is just focusing on making money. You know, it's as simple as that. I'll tell you this. Last time when I was single, like a long time ago, and then at the time I just broke up and all this stuff and everything. I was in Los Angeles, and then at that moment itself, I was so exhausted to think about building a business at all. And guess what I do? I was only working about 30 minutes. No, I believe it was roughly about an hour in a week. An hour in a week. And then I just work for 1 hour, and then I leave for the whole 1 week. And nobody knew that I was leaving for 1 week. When I came back and I saw every single day I was making about $300 to $500 in net profit every single day. $300 to $500. And then all I did at the time, because I was grieving. Okay, I was grieving. I was like crying, grieving all the time. And then, every day I'll be spending $200, $300. Why? Because the cash is just keep coming in all the time, because that's how easy it was. So I was doing like 1 hour a week. Okay, Daniel mentioned 4 hours a week. No, I was doing 1 hour a week. I was simply like grieving because I understand this method. So I was just like, boom, put out there and just leave. For 1 month, I was only working 4 hours in a month. That's exactly what happened. Okay. And then after I was doing it for 4 hours in a month, the next thing that and I was like grossing about $12,000 to $15,000 in net profit. Net profit. I'm not talking about revenue. Okay, people can brag about like, oh, they make like $60,000 in revenue, and then guess what happened? They only make $6,000 in net profit. No, I'm talking about net profit.
Yeah, if I can just add something for a while, Henry, I think what you said is very important, because we are in a market where a lot of gurus, they brag about how much money they make. They're not telling you any lies, but they're not telling you the entire truth as well. And the thing about being in this business, it's not about how much money you make. It's about how much money you keep. So when I talk about $300 to $500 a day, I'm not talking about $300 to $500 in a gross revenue. I'm talking about cash collected. You keep after everything else. And to me, yeah, it may not be the $1 million that you normally hear of in sales letters, but think about it this way. We're living in a time right now where people are so perverse by huge figures, they kind of forget that if you make even $300 a day, that's $9,000 a month. I don't care where you live in the world. If you're making extra $9,000 a month cash collected, net profit, money that you can keep, how can this not change your life? Because if you can pay your bills on time, pay off and be truly financially free with no worries whatsoever, we're talking about life-changing moment with money that you keep, not gross revenue. So sorry to interrupt here, but I think it's very important to mention that. So carry on, Henry.
Yeah. So net profit, that's exactly what I got. That's exactly what Emma mentioned, because I've seen a lot of claims out there. Oh yeah, we got like $30,000 in revenue. When they bring back home, I'll tell you this, they are almost crying. That's the reality. But the things that with me or with Edmund, we don't really care about revenue. We care about what we can keep. That's very important for you guys to remember. So when I was doing like $300 to $500 in net profit itself, I could spend $200 or $300 to grieve at that moment itself. But the thing that you have to understand is this. Remember this. You cannot do that if you get $300 to $500 in gross revenue. You cannot do that because the gross revenue itself could be about $30. That's a big difference. Okay, so I know a lot of you guys are already get this. Some of you guys probably get it, but I just want to let you know one thing. Okay, you got to decide. When I talk about you got to decide right now, because I mentioned to Edmund, this is insane. I mean, you shouldn't do it for 997. That is really insane. And I know Edmund for a very long time, he will listen to what I tell him. Why? Because not only we are alliances, but we are also friends for for a very long time now. The thing that what I care most is I keep people who are passionate very close by. People are not passionate at all. They cannot be in my life for too long. The most they can be in my life is probably about a couple of years. That's maximum. Okay. But people who are passionate, people who have the integrity, people who have the ethic, and guess what happened? They're going to be in my life for a very, very long time. Why? Because I need to make sure that we grow together. Same thing with each one of you. Each one of you that has signed up. Okay. When you have already signed up, we want to keep you for a very long time in a way that one day you're going to come up to us, come up to Edmund saying that, you know what, Edmund, thank you for what you did for me. That's exactly what we want to see from you. When you say that to us, it's not about the dollars that we're gonna get, but it's also the fulfilling inside our soul. That's exactly what we want. So that's the reason why I've been doing this, what I've been doing, and I'm doing the same thing. Look at the view in the back. That's not a Zoom call view on an Edmund Place. Can you touch the window for me real quick to make sure that it's not a Zoom call stuff?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to make sure this is not a Zoom call stuff, right? Because that's exactly what people think about. Like this image in here. This is a real bookshelf of mine. Okay,
Yeah.
that's not like a fake bookshelf or anything like that. That's a real bookshelf.
If anyone's wondering what's that blue basin in the background, that's where I keep my turtles, by the way.
Okay, so the thing that I want to mention to you is this is your life. Edmund changed his life. I changed my life. I was able, there's two ways to grieve. You could be grieving yourself and then broke, or you could be grieving while, spending $200, $300 a day. You could be staying on the sideline saying that, hey, you know what, how can I make it happen? Now, this guy right here already made 99% of the stuff happen for you. If you cannot do that 1%, I do not know what else to do for you. Really, I really do not know what else to do for you. I know Steven said that he's already on the payment page. And then Steven, once you get it, congratulations. It's time for you for Edmund to prove it to you. If Edmund doesn't do his job and all this stuff and everything, you have my Facebook profile. Message me directly. I'll make sure that he does his stuff. That is a promise. This is also on the recording as well. Okay, just want to make sure that, because I know Edmund will focus on doing his best. That's what I know, because integrity is everything to us. All right. Then the next thing that, wow, how do you create that love stuff? That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't get how they managed to do that though.
Wow, that's interesting, Stephen. So the thing that I want to mention to you is this: this is your life. You got to choose how you want to live. Edmund did not want to become the office boy the rest of his life. Guess what he did? He did his best in his internet marketing career. And then he was able to buy a house for his mom. He was able to own several real estate properties overseas. He's also able to get 2 BMW. And then he's also traveled around the world. And then he even took his mom to many different countries. So the thing is that if Edmund can do it, you can do it too. Guess what? I used to work in the 7-Eleven convenience store. A 7-Eleven convenience store from 11 p.m. at night until 7 a.m. in the morning. Steven, there is nothing to worry about technical challenges at all. There's no so-called technical challenges. It's very simple. I look into it. When I look into his members area, it was pretty much for the 13 years old kid. Okay, so those are just nothing at all. Really.
Actually, I was hoping to add one thing as well. Think about technical stuff, like HTML, PHP. Now, I can understand if this was in the mid to late 2000s, but thankfully, that's why when I say that we're living in very exciting times right now where a lot of things are, like point and click, very drag and drop way. In fact, just to hark back to what Henry has said, I even want to remove that as well, to the point that it's as brain dead as possible. So I know when I use the word brain dead, I don't mean to make fun of anyone here, but I mean, given what's been going on, even for me as well, I had a revelation not that long ago that hard work can only get you so far, and I decided to even minimize my amount of work in a day. So I know it sounds a bit contradicting, a bit counterintuitive, but I find that in a day, the things that make money is that 15-30 minutes that I put, not everything else. And I think Henry, you
Yeah.
can vouch for everything that I mentioned as well. It's all about that 15-30 minutes. It's like what Daniel has said as well, effectiveness. And that's why I created the limits.
Edmund is actually 1 hour a week for me. Okay, so 15-30 minutes just sounds like outdated to me.
I think there's a way a contest. I think you and I will have a contest eventually. Who can work the least amount of time and make the most money? I think you and I gotta have a race on that one day.
Yep, definitely. Because for me, it takes me about 1 hour
Yeah.
in a week. I was doing it everything in Monday, and then for 1 hour, and then I left for the whole time. That's it. That was it. And the thing that I want to mention to you is, if I can do it, I mean, everybody can do it. I used to work in the 7-Eleven convenience store in the ghetto area, where the gun shooting and everything like happened over there. Okay, and the thing is that and then from 11 p.m. at night until 7 a.m. in the morning, which is the darkest hours moment, which is when all the robbery happened. That was my work time in the 7-Eleven convenience store. From 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. in the morning, I was sleeping for 2 hours in the couch, somebody's couch, because I was so desperately wanted to become successful online. From 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. at night, I was working on my business again, and then 10 p.m. at night, I was sleeping in the car before the work time, in which that my coworker have to knock on my door and my car windows to wake me up. Hey, dude, it's time for you to work. And I was like this. Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? Like this. That's exactly what happened. So the thing that I want to mention to you is this: a lot of things in your life, you guys are very, very lucky. You guys in the great times of your life. The reason why all these things that you see in here is all based on the hard work from Edmund, so you don't have to. So you can just simply like basically Edmund creating the McDonald's for you, and all you got to do is simply execute it. That's it. Nothing special, really. So the thing that you have to think about your life is 99% of the woodwork is already done. Even the traffic itself, you just have to borrow the traffic. Nothing more than that. It's as simple as that. All right. So I guess we cover all of them. Do you guys have more, one last question that you want to ask or anything like that? So I don't need to use my funnel builder with this program. No, Steven, you don't even need to do anything at all. Seriously. Okay. The thing that I want to mention to you is pretty much click a point and click and paste, nothing more. Okay. It's as simple as that. So, I mean, we made it like so a 13 years old kid can do it. So that's the way Edmund designed it. So I was like very impressed when I look into the members area. It was click here, click here, click here, and then done. I said like, wow, this is too easy. But I knew in the back of it, it took him years and years to create those. I know that. But for you guys, he made it so simple so that the thing that you focus on is to become like him, which is that 15 to 30 minutes in my case is 1 hour a week. Okay, 4 hours a month. So with him is about 30 minutes a day. All right. So whatever that you choose to do, this is your chance. This is your life. I mean, 99% of the woodwork is already done. You don't have to do anything at all. That 1% is all about doing the step 1 to 3, which is talk with the marketers who do this, and then even he will show you how to do it. Okay, simple. All right. So we love you all. Thank you for being here, and then take care, guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Henry. And just one quick note: those of you that had already joined, just want to congratulate you for making the decision and welcome you on board as well. So you should be expecting an email from me almost immediately. If not, do check your spam folder promotion tab just in case. And I'll drop you guys a personal email as well. Okay. So those of you that took action, just want to say congratulations and looking forward to create success with you very, very soon. I think it's going to be a fantastic fun of a ride. And for the rest of you, I hope you guys had a great time on this evening as well. You take care. And this is Edmund signing off. Here's to your marketing success.
All right, so just remember one more time, the link is going to be edmundlaw.com/limitless is a capital L, Limitles. All right, thank you guys. Thank you, Edmund. Take care.